Mike, so let's talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. You want to talk about lack of first round success? The Leafs are now 0-10 in chances to close out a series going back to 2013. So they've lost 10 straight. It's 9 in the Matthews and Marner era going back to 2019. But this just felt different. And, you look at game 7 and the way that it played out. What feeling do you end up leaving with about the Leafs?
I actually feel good about the Leafs, man. Like, I don't think they were strong enough defensively all year, and I think that's going to be the first area of concern this summer. I know everybody's probably looking at goaltending and thinking that it needs to be shored up because Campbell is going to be a free agent. You still have Mrazek tied up at 3.8 for another 2 years, which is pretty wonky. I don't think they'd like to have that contract, but who knows? To me, it all goes through the defense first. And I thought Toronto was better when they got Giordano. I thought Lyubushkin gave them a boost as well. But realistically, they only have Muzz and Riley and Brody long term. And, Hall as well for next year. But I think they need 2 more defensemen to be able to compete. I love the offensive group. And I thought they played with some jam and some moxie, Frank. That was the difference to me, is that you saw Marner and Matthews look engaged and they were producing. I just think they ran into a really, really good Tampa Bay team. And, it's a 9-game series. Who knows who wins the thing? They haven't gotten over the hump, but I think they were much better this year and set up for it now that they know, again, like, hey, they've proven to themselves that they can at least run with them. But they got to get that win, Frank? And it's going to be a big job this summer.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with you. I think they'd be silly to just blow this up. And I saw a lot of people talking about it. Eddie Olczyk, to close out the broadcast on TNT, said point blank, not even if, he said changes are coming. And I was like, first off, how do you know that? What do you know that I don't, and why? Because it'd be a different story if they gagged on it the way that they did against the Montreal Canadiens. It'd be a different story if they were the clearly better team and found a way to lose again. And yes, there were blown opportunities. To me, they lost this series by not closing out game 4 and going up 3-1 in the series. That was their opportunity to win. You could talk about blowing that third period lead in game 6, a fluky couple penalties, 5-on-3. It's in the back of your net. Also, full marks to the Lightning. Like, they really did have the heart of a champion. And this is a team that is unflappable in so many ways, which is why I like them against the Florida Panthers. And I know it's been a long time since, a playoff series win in Toronto, going back to 2004. But to me, I think you find a way to reshape things. I even think you have to consider bringing Jack Campbell back, because he's going to cost you less now than he would have based on the swoon that he had in the regular season. And the free agent market, or the goalie market in general, is not all that enticing or interesting. You've got Ville Husso as the premier unrestricted free agent. He stumbled in the playoffs. He ceded the net to Jordan Binnington, and the Leafs have cap constraints and concerns. They've got to figure out what, if anything, they can do with Mrazek. They've got some other guys that they need to take a look at in terms of filling out their forward group. I don't know. I like this Leaf team. I like the way that they battled, and I'm with you in saying that I think they just ran into a better team, and they took them as far as you can possibly go the last dying seconds of game 7.
Yeah, man. Like, you go that deep, it happens. Like, and I know everybody looks at first round, but what if this is the third round against the Tampa Bay Lightning? What if the Tampa Bay Lightning win another cup again? Like, I had that experience myself. I've played against teams that go on to win, and you just go like, man, we lost them in the second round. But then you have to realize, like, it was a damn good team we played against. So I'm with you, Frank. I feel way better about the Leafs after this playoff performance than I have in the past.
And for good reason, because they looked like a totally different team.